Well, this just in, and it's a big blow to the Lakers. Anthony Davis now unlikely to play in Game 5 against the Suns after he suffered a groin strain in the Lakers' Game 4 loss. There it is. So this report, according to The Athletic, he played just 19 minutes in this game, missed the entire second half of the injury. So the Lakers and Sun, they are tied 2 apiece. They meet again on Tuesday for Game 5 in Phoenix. Now the odds for this series, they are changing and quickly without Anthony Davis. So you can see there with Davis, the Lakers to win the series initially 59.5%. That is now dropped to 42.4% without Anthony Davis. So we'll just see how it goes. And then, of course, to win the finals, which, of course, the Lakers looking to run it back there, it was 19.2% with Anthony Davis. For the Lakers to win the finals, which many people thought they would, now 6.1% if they do not have him. Let's bring in NBA champ Avery Johnson to talk about this. Avery, just looking ahead to the next game, not even this series, just the next game with the Suns, without Anthony Davis, how bad is that for the Lakers?
Well, it's bad because the Lakers, without Anthony Davis against playoff teams, they're only about 1-6. So you're talking about the team in the Phoenix Suns that finished with the second best record in the Western Conference. And if Chris Paul is healthy and the Lakers are without Anthony Davis, LeBron James, he's going to have to basically go nuclear. He's going to have one of those unforgettable performances, performances like he's had in the finals against Golden State, or when he's played in series against the Celtics and, playing with Cleveland. So this is an uphill battle without Anthony Davis. And I think the bigger adjustment is going to be what Frank Vogel does without Anthony Davis in the lineup. He has several options. Is he going to insert Kyle Kuzma to play alongside Drummond? Or is he going to bench Drummond, start Gasol, who's a much better three-point shooter, and insert Kyle Kuzma to give them more room, LeBron James more room to operate, similar to what Ty Lue did by inserting Nicholas Batum into the Clippers lineup. So we'll see what the chess match is going to be like for the Los Angeles Lakers. But without Anthony Davis, it's an uphill climb against the Phoenix Suns, especially if Chris Paul is ready to go like he was in Game 4.
And we'll get to that in a second. But when it comes to LeBron, because you said, look, he has to go nuclear now. LeBron has never lost in the first round of the playoffs. And he is fantastic. He is LeBron. He is the GOAT. We are also now dealing with a 36-year-old LeBron James still coming off that ankle injury. I mean, is that enough to carry the Lakers throughout the rest of the series?
Well, this is one of the reasons why I was really concerned about the Lakers in this series. Sure, if you were to tell me that LeBron James and Anthony Davis could average 40 minutes a game and be totally healthy in this series, they win this series because they're the more experienced team. Anthony Davis showed it in Game 2. He got to the free throw line 21 times. He dominated inside, got in the paint a lot. But when they're not healthy, this is what I was really concerned about. They really didn't prove to be healthy enough on a consistent basis in the regular season, and there's no really turning on the switch in the playoffs. So now they're without Anthony Davis. So guess what? DeAndre Ayton has been a force in this series, 14 points, 17 rebounds in the last game. They have no answer for him inside unless Marc Gasol is forcing him to move away from the paint with his three-point shooting. So this is a tough hole for the Lakers. But again, it's only 2-2. We predicted that Anthony Davis potentially wouldn't play in this series because historically in my 25-plus year career as a player and a coach, whenever you have these groin strains, you're normally out for a week to 10 days. So we'll see how difficult it is or how tough this injury is for Anthony Davis to come back in this series.
All right, unlikely Game 5, and you said from your experience with this type of injury, a week, 10 days, something like that. So we're not talking about the entirety of the postseason if the Lakers do, in fact, move past this series. I mean, taking a look at the odds, they are dropping for the Lakers. They were one of the favorites along with the Nets to win. Now it's the Nets at plus 200. Lakers tied with the Jazz at plus 525 right now. So just updating those odds a little bit from what you're seeing on your screen here. But looking at the Lakers and their health as a whole, if they do manage to beat the Suns and move on out of this series, what is your level still of concern that they can actually make it back to the finals?
I'm still very concerned because when you also talk about the Lakers, LeBron and AD gets all the attention, but a couple of key losses for the Lakers. Rajon Rondo was like a quarterback on the court. And when he's playing like playoff Rondo, that made a huge difference in their level of play. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, those guys provided that interior defense that, quite frankly, they just don't have on their team this year. They added the muscle to the hustle for the Lakers to go along with all of the exploits from LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Those key pieces just aren't there. Kyle Kuzma has been very inconsistent on both ends of the floor. So, and this is a guy that's got a contract extension. So all of those forces coming together, I'm sure they're thankful for Alex Caruso. He's been pretty consistent on both ends of the floor. So the Lakers are up against it, especially against a hungry Phoenix Suns team with a coach in Monty Williams that has already been voted Coach of the Year by the coaches. He's going to be voted Coach of the Year by the media. So again, a deep Phoenix Suns team that Devin Booker, if you look at Devin Booker, I'm looking for that one breakout performance where he scores about 38 points. Maybe that'll come in Game 5.
All right, so tied 2-2. We now have a beat-up Lakers team. You talk about the power that you're seeing from the Suns team right now. How do you see the series going?
Well, I picked the Suns to win this series because I wasn't convinced that LeBron James and Anthony Davis were healthy and that they could stay healthy in this series. You know, LeBron struggled immensely. And we got to remember, LeBron is 36. He's not 26. So I know he's had this out-of-body experiences as a player. I mean, who knows what would have happened had he not made that big three when he said he saw 3 rims when he got poked in the eyes against the Warriors. Who knows what would have happened? So again, until they can prove to me that they're healthy and their role players can play at a high level with only LeBron and/or Anthony Davis on the court, until they prove to me, I just need to see it. And then at the end of the game, you just showed it on the highlight, how frustrating is it going to be for LeBron James if they get down, they've missed an opportunity in transition, he drops his head, and here comes the Suns on a 4-on-3 fast break, and Jay Crowder makes a 3 from the left corner. If LeBron James gets deflated and his attitude's not where it should be, this will be a double-digit win for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, LeBron has still never lost in the first round of the playoffs in a series here. This may be the first time, and you called it from the beginning there with your concerns for the Lakers, and now those concerns are coming true. Avery Johnson, thank you so much for joining us here on HQ to talk about that. So taking a look at the games we got coming up tonight, you got 76ers, Wizards, Jazz, Grizzlies, and then, of course, that Game 5 between the Suns and the Lakers. That tips off around 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.